Hello, everyone, again. Happy COVID-19. It's getting a little long, isn't it? And I know that there's a lot of people who are struggling to finish the school year strong, so I just want to say hang in there. You're doing a good job. This is a mug I painted once. I like to paint mugs. Okay. So we were talking about the distributive property. I'm going to put my mug down here. I've got my little home office has become a little cluttered. We were talking about the distributive property, and I'm going to have one example of that, and then I'm going to talk about factoring and a little bit about exponents, and then I'm going to erase that. I'm going to erase that. We'll talk about exponents, okay? There are actually a lot of things that we need to wrap up for the school year, because most of the lessons that I've been doing are things that we covered already, but I wanted a good place to start. So let's look at the distributive property again, okay? I only have my black marker out. So I've got this example, and we have factor at the bottom, and I know there's glare, and there's going to be glare here. I'm going to diminish the glare, or I'm going to make it worse. I don't know. Did I make it worse or better? Did that make it worse or better? It's kind of worse. I like this one better anyway. All right, well, we'll just, it's double glare. Double glare. Sound and light. That's what we used to yell when I was in high school. All right, well, you can just deal with the glare. You can still see though, right? I'll back this up. Ooh. I don't know which is better or worse. You're probably thinking to yourself, why didn't you check this before you turn on the camera? And I would say, I've done this so many times, I assumed it was fine, but I was over here now. Whatever. Okay, so out here, I did this one a little differently because I wanted to springboard talking about exponents. This is a multiplication, remember? And this thing is multiplied to these parts. Okay? This is called a monomial, by the way. And because there's one thing, and this whole thing together is called a binomial. So, 3x times x is 3x times x plus, I know I wrote because I wrote monomial, so I had to go a little bit that way, plus 3x times 2. Okay? So now we're just dealing with operations. You did your thing. You distributed. Now we just have to figure out operations, right? So let's know what our symbols mean. 3 times this variable, we don't know what it is, times the variable again, plus 3 times the variable times the number 2. So all we're doing, so this is the operation. We did it, we're done. This is now we're going to simplify this. Okay, so what we usually do, if we have the same thing, we call that the base, okay? And we're going to say, instead of writing this, because we're always looking for shorthand, and then I'm going to have a lesson on exponents in a second. We're going to say 3x, but I have 2 of them squared. And the 2 goes up there. Okay? Plus, and because of the commutative property of multiplication, you can multiply these in any order. So instead of saying 3 times x times 2, you could say 3 times 2 times x. And 3 times 2, we know what that is. It's 6. And then we're left over with an x. And that's what happens to this distributed. Okay? So you just 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 2 is 6x. Now, I'm actually, we're gonna wait on factoring for a second. So let's take a second to talk about exponents. So the same way that multiplication is batched addition, exponents are batched multiplication. So if I have, we'll use variables this time because it's algebra class. X plus X plus X plus X plus X. I don't want to do this forever, so I would just say I am adding X 5 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X, this is a plus sign, there's a variable, plus, variable, plus, variable, plus, variable, right? I am adding X 5 times. So we typically write the coefficient first, and we say 5 times X. That's the same as 5X. We are now multiplying our X. Well, if I had X times X times X times X, well, I'll do 5 of them just so we have the same number. I'm doing the same operation to X 5 times, but it's not 5 times X, it's X to the 5th power. Because here, I really should have another color. Here, as you can see, the operation is addition, right? Addition. But here, the operation is multiplication. So this becomes multiplication, and this becomes an exponent. And we can know this quite simply by the difference of, we'll use 2's, okay? 2 plus 2 plus 2, 2, 4, 6. Okay? 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, but 4 times 2 is 8. We would just write 6 is 2 times 3, and 8 is 2 to the 3rd power. It's a binary number. So just a little sidebar on exponents, okay? Exponents are an expression of batched multiplication. I think we're just going to call it a day on that one for now, and then we'll do some more examples later. All right, stay safe and COVID-free.